In the news now is an article from the Business Insider South Africa, and the headline, yes, again will infuriate many. The World Health Organization warns getting COVID-19 under control may require tougher lockdowns and sacrifice for many people. Now there's a picture just below that of Tedros, who is the Director General of the World Health Organization, as well as Dr. Michael Ryan. Now, the various headlines read, as COVID-19 cases surge across the World Health Organization has warned that countries may need to impose stricter lockdown measures to get the virus under control. And this might play out even in South Africa very, very soon, because our government bows down to the World Health Organization. We're well behind this virus, Dr. Mike Ryan, a World Health Organization official, said, adding that controlling the virus may require a sacrifice for many, many people in terms of their personal lives. Now, this is not a decision for him to make. He can go and speak to his own family and friends, and he can impose on them whatever he wants if they so wish. But when it comes to other countries, keep your mouth shut. Our experts can deal with our own problems. Thank you very much. Non-essential businesses may have to shut down again to take the heat out of this stage of the pandemic, Ryan said. What is a non-essential business? How does he describe a non-essential business? Do you realize that this man is classifying the importance of one business over another with regards to you making a living? And this is important. Anyone that's been to my meetings will understand how we are being segregated in society and how we are a part of this puppet organization. To this guy, you are just a number, a thing that needs to just suffer if you're non-essential. The World Health Organization also warned the virus is beginning to leak. It's leaking, people. The virus is leaking. Not Coburg, the virus is leaking into older and more vulnerable populations. The average age of those infected is beginning to creep up, it warned. Whoopie-ki-yay! What is that supposed to mean? It is warning that it's creeping up. These people are absolutely ridiculous. But let's get into the meat of this article. The World Health Organization warned Monday that the world was well behind where it should be on COVID-19 and that getting the crisis under control may require sacrifice for many, many people. We're well behind the virus, Dr. Mike Ryan, Executive Director of the World Health Organization's Health Emergencies Program, said at a press conference in Geneva. Go and look at what other organizations also hang out there. We will have to get ahead of this virus, and that may require sacrifice for many, many people in terms of their personal lives, he added. Now, all of a sudden, libtards and snowflakes goes, ooh, we're all gonna die. And, you know, it's really sickening to see how the language being used, that he forgets that there's some free-thinking people in the world still. And I don't think he realizes that we still exist, because he's living in this ridiculous cocoon of New World Order ideology where everyone speaks the language of the New World Order. But here in South Africa, as I've said in the previous video, we are not towing your line. His warning came as COVID-19 cases surged, particularly in the US and Europe. World Health Organization officials said some countries may have to consider closing down non-essential businesses again to stem the tide. So our government doesn't want this to come from them. They will say, oh no, but the World Health Organization has said. Cyril will hide behind this guy. Instead of saying, listen, we're not going to listen to these people. We are going to use our own experts and come up with our own decisions. And then we will actually face a barrage of questions in public. And we will open ourselves up to scrutiny and answer and give evidence for everything we do. Our government has done none of this at this stage. It may require shutting down and restricting movement and having stay-at-home orders in order to take the heat out of this phase of the pandemic, Ryan said. What phase is this he's talking about? These idiots are making up things as they go along. The World Health Organization also criticized some nations for not doing enough to reduce the spread of the virus during the first wave of the pandemic. as if there's going to be a second wave. This is pre-planned. This is pre-planned language. This guy is working from a script. It is as clear as day. Ryan said, we are seeing a large number of cases. We are seeing widespread disease. We are seeing very, very high positive rates and an increasing lack of capacity to do any effective form of contact tracing. Nothing about death. He didn't mention death once. Listen again to what he says. We are seeing a large number of cases. This by PCR tested cannot test for the SARS-CoV-2 virus. It can only test for a fraction of a coronavirus. We are seeing widespread disease. What disease are you seeing? We are seeing very, very high positive rates. What positive rates are you seeing? And an increasing lack of capacity to do any effective form of contact tracing. What they're saying is, we need to contact trace everyone. Monitoring, tracking, and tracing. People, this is not a fallacy. There it is, out of the horse's mouth. In August, the World Health Organization said that young people were the primary spreaders of the virus. But World Health Organization officials said Monday that the coronavirus is starting to leak. It is leaking into older and more vulnerable populations. We are seeing a creeping up in the average age, said Maria van Kerkhove, the World Health Organization's technical lead. The statements from the World Health Organization came as COVID-19 cases are surging. These are cases, and all it does is because the death rate's not going up. It's making the percentage of people dying that's contracted the virus smaller. This is a crisis for them because it proves to the world that this shouldn't be a pandemic, that the definition for a pandemic needs to be changed back to where it was, where death actually makes a difference, especially when you want to take people's freedoms away. This is what this person is asking for right now. It is idiotic what he is doing. It is actually terrorism. I don't see it as anything but terrorism and collusion for us to lose our livelihoods. Dr. Anthony Fauci, another swear word, the director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, warned Sunday that the US is going in the wrong direction on COVID-19 following record daily rises. I wonder if this has anything to do with the elections. France also recorded its own record daily rise in cases on Sunday. This is a rise in cases based on a test that cannot test for the virus, people, with 52,000 new cases. In October 22nd, Spain and France became the first European countries to pass 1 million cases. This is a case. Why don't they go see how many cases of flu and normal cold they've got? Because the coronavirus causes normal colds. So people, there's the fear-mongering. This is all Cyril is waiting for, because he bows down to the World Health Organization and his New World Order puppets, and he's our New World Order leader. He's going to follow this cue, and he's going to say, well, people, the World Health Organization says X, Y, Z. And he will use that as his excuse to impose things that will politically absolutely annihilate the ruling party's chances of good re-elections next year. They will definitely lose many of their wards, and I'm sure Cyril will come under huge pressure if he imposes any of what the World Health Organization is warning us about now. Think about what these people are saying. They are not an elected body in South Africa. We want the UN out of South Africa. UN and all their affiliate organizations needs to go. This is one of the goals of the Organic Humanity Movement, or the OHM. The movement that I support with regards to solving South Africa's problems and getting rid of these international influences. So please, people, be aware that the things that I've told you about in the meetings, they will come to fruition when the world powers are playing their hands. And our politicians, you will just see them following blindly. And even although it's an election year next year, it means political suicide if they want lockdowns over November and December. But this is the WHO giving their first warnings, saying, here we come, we need to take drastic steps, and you might have to be locked down in home, and your business, if it's non-essential according to them, will have to shut down. We will have to make significant personal sacrifices, with nobody dying like flies, as they reported originally. I'll keep you posted on this. Thank you very much. Till the next video.